Let's just go ahead and start with a big inhale and exhale. Reaching up. If you want to step outside of your box, feel free to at any time. Big inhale up again. If you do decide to come outside, I recommend you take your mat with you so you don't get the black turf all over you. We're going to forward fold with this one. Feet are shoulder width apart. Tuck your chin, look between your knees. Let those hands relax. Go ahead, bend the knees a little bit and then straighten the legs. Hands are still on the floor. If you can't get your hands to the floor, you can put them on your shins, put them on your shoes. You're straightening and bending the legs. Go ahead and come into a half kneeling position. Your front leg is going to go out to a 45 degree. If you want your mat, feel free to grab it off the wall. You can fold it in half, kind of like the way Paola has. Give her knee a little extra oomph if you need it. So you're going to sit up straight and tall, and we're going to move from the hips. So try not to forward fold or arch the back. I just want you to move from the hip crease and go forward, backwards. As you go back, I want you to feel it in this hip flexor. Your front knee is going to be stacked on top of the ankle. We're going to do this for 5 times total. It's 4. And 5. Now you're going to open your hands out to a T. Make sure your front knee is not concaved inwards, but it is still driving out. And we're just going to rotate our spine, looking behind you with the thumb. And then coming onto the other side, same thing. Using your breath, exhaling at the back. Inhaling as you rotate, and exhale. We're doing this for 5 times total. Trying to keep those hips still and the hands staying in line. That's 5. Same leg's going to be up. You're going to reach up. And this time you can bend the back if you want to. Over to the side. Inhale. Exhale up. Make sure that front knee is still pushing outwards. And exhale up. Feeling the air fill up your rib cage. All right, going on to the other side with that bend. My other arm is down to the side of my thigh, reaching towards that floor. 5 times total. Try and keeping the bicep by the ear. It's awesome. Now we're going to do the same thing on the other side. Can you hear me okay back there? Sometimes I think I don't need a microphone. It's so loud. All right, we're going to start with the first one. We're just going to shift forward and backwards 5 times. Shift that weight forward, leaving the knee stacked over the ankle, so it's just the hip crease that you're moving. So just from right here. You should feel that stretch in the hip flexor with that knee in the ground. Squeeze the glute. That's 5. Hands out to the T, thumbs up. And rotate to the side. Inhaling and then exhaling. 5 following that thumb in the back. Feeling the stretch. One more time on each side. Awesome job. Next one we're gonna go for, you're gonna stand up against the wall. We're gonna do a side stretch. So find a wall, or if you wanna come outside, you can, and you can use this black portion of your container, or you can go inside your box, totally up to you. You're gonna put one hand onto your wall side. You might wanna come feet outside so you can see what I'm doing. Outside leg is going to be bent, backwards, sorry, it's gonna be behind you. Outside arm is gonna come over the head, bicep by the ear. So now I want you to sink into it. And I want you to fill up the air, lower ribs, and then feel it fill up the upper ribs, and then feel it fill into your chest, and then exhale, coming up neutral. Again, start with the lower hip area, filling up the air higher into the ribs. Again, inhale. Just take it in sections. Then the next section, a little bit further out. And then fully. One more time. Again, another section. And then all the way filling it up. Other side, same thing. Rotate your body. Outside leg is pushed backwards. Arm closest to the walls, bent. Forearm is on the wall. Outside arm goes up and reach up over the head, bicep by the ear. Filling up your rib cage with the lower portion first with your first breath. And then higher into the ribs. And then another breath, filling up the chest. Big stretch and exhale it out. Again. One section at a time. Using your breath, bicep by the ear, filling up lower ribs, middle, now your chest, and exhale. Again, and the whole chest. And relax. Did you guys feel that into your rib cage and into your armpit area? That's awesome. All right, we're gonna go into one leg is stretched out in front of you. Bend that back leg. Feel that hamstring stretch, and I want you to tap the toe down and then bring it up. Grab onto the toes, reaching towards the shin. Tap the toe down and then bring it up again. We're going to do that for 5 on each side. One more time. Switching legs, reaching up and over. Other side. Push the hips back. Heel into the ground. Toe is up. Reaching towards the toe. Tap the toe down. Then pull that toe towards you. Tap the toe down. Pull the toe towards you. Feel the stretch in that hammy. Tap the toe down. Pull the toe towards you. One more time. Awesome. Come on out of that. The next is called oblique bounces. This is more for your central nervous system. I know it looks ridiculous, but it really does help take the shock and absorption into your body. and learn how to receive it without letting the central nervous system like freak out. So you're basically just going to be bouncing as much as you can. Like, just be loosey-goosey and we're bouncing, okay? So here we go in 3, 2, 1, and bounce. Try and drive through the big toe, using all of the toes, bouncing loosely up and down. Nice soft knees. Try not to go forward and backwards. Now I'm going to give you a challenge and you're going to close your eyes and continue to bounce. That just make it really hard. Yes. This is how we figure out our body awareness. Inhale, exhale, and break. Harder than you thought, huh? Surprise. Paula is taking off her shoes, and I would recommend you do the same if you felt like you were going to fall face forward as soon as you close your eyes. Or take the mat away from you and use the actual hard floor. Sometimes the mat can disrupt that feeling of gripping. We're going to go one more time into that hamstring stretch. Push those hips back, toes up. We're going to tap it 5 times. I want you to really thinking about that back of the leg. Tap down. Pull those toes to the shins. That's 1. Pull. 2. Pull. 3. Pull. That's 4. Pull. That's 5. Reaching up and out of that when you get all 5. Other side, using your breath, hips back, inhale down, exhale, put that toe down, inhale, and exhale, 5 times. After 5, go ahead and reach down to that ground, up and over. Going back to our oblique bounces. 15 seconds. Normal, and then 15 seconds, eyes closed. I'm going to try off my shoes this time because I didn't feel like I was going to fall. Here we go in 3, 2, 1, and bounce nice and loose. Just feel the body, just be nice and loose, be aware. Use your breath. Close your eyes. Breathe. And rest. Anybody do better that round? Yeah. A little bit better. Okay, now we're going to go into the seated good morning. So I want you to have a seat into your back rest. Make it neutral. Legs are going to be as wide open as you can be. Hands on the head is one variation. Hands out in front is another. Hands on the chest is the easiest variation, okay? Hands over the head is the hardest. This is second. So level 1, level 2, level 3. We're going to come down, widen those legs as much as you can, bending from the hips. I don't want to see any rounding of the back. Letting the chest fall forward. You should feel this in your inner thighs, driving the knees out. And exhale up. If that felt easy, try with the hands over the head, coming down. Inhale. And exhale up. Reminding yourself it is not a bend in the spine, but through the hip. Going forward again, drive the knees out. And we're not trying to have the the chest go too low, I want you to be parallel with the knees. Coming down again. One more time. Exhale up. If you want to make this a little bit more challenging, you can grab a dumbbell and hold onto it onto your chest right in front of you if you want it. Up to you. You guys feel okay? Good? All right, let's do it again. We're going to go 5 times. Forward fold. Hold it down there for a split second and exhale up. Forward fold, inhale. Hold it. Exhale up. Being mindful, spine is staying nice and straight. Inhale down. Press those knees out. Exhale up. Drive the feet into the floor as you come up. Coming down. Exhale up. One more time. Forward fold. Good job. Felt good in my inner thighs. We're going to go into 90-90s. So you will get back onto your mat. You're going to have your knee right in line with your hip. Your shin is going to be straight right behind your knee. Your toes are going to be flexed towards your shin. So don't relax, but bring them upwards. Jose, bring your foot forward. You want it to be right in line with this knee. So right now you're here. Bring the foot forward. There you go. Sitting up nice and tall, we're going to go 90-90 circles. So you're going to hold on to the floor. You're going to reach out to the side. And then you're going to walk the hands over to the other side. And then come backwards and up. Okay? Trying to keep your knees down onto the floor as much as possible. 90-90 circles. Reaching out to the front at an angle. Just go as far as your body allows you to. Walk and drag them around. Use the hips. My left hand is on the ground as I reach up and over. Again. Use as much assistance as you need by leaving the hands on the floor. You can drag your hands if you want. Exhaling as you go over. Going on to the other side. Try not to use your hands. Switching legs. Adjust your body. Straight shin in that back leg. So bring your back foot towards your water bottle. So not up, but the foot. So there you go. Perfect. Create tension in the feet. Toes towards the shins. Same thing. Walk out to the corner at the side of 45. Sorry, other side. And then go backwards. I was like, why does this feel weird? And go and do your circle. This is so much harder for me on one side versus the other. Feeling that stretch. time. Good job. We're going to go into a long lunge with a hip drop. So this just looks like when we do in our morning warm-ups, deep lunge rotation, but we're going to add a hip drop to it. So your back leg will be extended out in front just like normal. This is the difference. This is the deep lunge rotation. Add the hip drop by putting that hip on the ground, okay? And then you come back up. So we're going to do 5 times on each side. Elbow's going to be in the inner knee, dropping it down to the ankle. Forearm to the ground is goal. Bring the elbow up to the inner thigh. And then you're going to come up, drop the hip down, reaching the hand up into the sky. Bring, come back up onto that knee and toe. Knee stays stacked on top of the ankle. Don't push forward. Drop into the hip. Exhale up. Drop the hip. And then come back up. Coming back up. Exhaling. Let's breathe. Rotating up. Drop the hip. 4. It will get easier, I promise. I was not able to do this at all 3 months ago. Dropping my hip down was an impossible feat. Now I can do it. Switching sides. Some ways to make it a little bit easier for yourself. Leave that back leg down. Come into that deep lunge. Come up and then drop the hip. Okay? So you're just not floating. If you need that variation, use it. So we're going to do 5 times on each side. Drop the hip down. Rolling out to the side. Try and get that hip onto the floor. Bring that hip down more and more. There you go. Beautiful. Or leave the leg long with the knee down. There you go. See how you can get down there lower? And just roll to that hip. One more time. Good job. We're going to stand up. Leave the hands onto the ground for a little bit. Feel the hamstrings, tuck the chin. Come on out with the legs when you're ready. How are you feeling? Grab onto the dumbbell, light dumbbell. You're going to cross one leg in front. I always get this. So the side that you crossed in front is the side with the dumbbell in your hand. You're going to push your hips backwards. Do not bend the spine. Stop at a point, and then you're going to come forward and pushing the hip at a 45-degree angle. Back leg stays straight. Front leg is bent. And then come up, exhale. So you're going to go down to the side. Sorry, I did that wrong. And then the hip goes 45 degrees backwards. Exhaling up. Again, my hand's going to go down sideways towards my knee. Then I'm going to go 45-degree angle with my back, my butt. Dumbbells out in front of me a little. Exhale up. These are QL side bends. towards the knee. And then hip 45 back. Switching legs. When you cross your legs, you want your feet to be touching as much as possible. Switching arms at the dumbbell so it's on the same side as the front leg. Hand is on the hip for the other side. Drop the hand towards the knee. Inhale. 45 degrees backwards. Exhale up. You want your spine to remain straight as you do these. You do not want to round the upper back. And you want your shoulders to be facing the ground. Exhale on the up. Side bend. Inhale. Coming down. Exhale up. 2 more times, side bend. Take your time with these. 45-degree back with the hip. Exhale up. 1 more time. Side bend. Hips go back. Exhale up. And come out of that one. Right here. And we're going to go into an upper nerve floss. So you can either go into the wall in your container or step back outside. That's up to you. I'm going to use this black wall part here. My hand is going to come up, and I'm going to step forward so that way my arm is now at a 45-degree angle, but still on the black part. I'm going to take my outside hand, and I'm going to reach underneath my armpit into my lat, grabbing onto my lat, rolling my chest forward. My outside leg is behind me, feeling a stretch inside my biceps and into my lats. Now your heel of the hand stays on the ground. You're going to tap your fingers up and down. Taking your time, so your hand should be behind your head, Jose, at a 45-degree angle. It feels different, right? He's like, I don't know what she's doing there. Good, go ahead and release the hand from the under the arm. And then bring that hand down slowly. Going on to the other side. Hand goes behind you at a 45-degree angle. Your back, your leg closest to the wall, you step forward, the other leg is behind you. Outside arm reaches underneath the armpit, grabbing onto your lat. Really grab onto that muscle. Pull your shoulders square. Nice and tall posture. Drive the heel of the hand into the wall and tap your fingers. Keep pressing into the wall with the heel of the hand. Almost like you're holding a penny, and tap your fingers. And slowly release underneath the armpit. Come back to neutral with the shoulders. Step backwards out of that. Go ahead and grab onto your PVC pipes. You're going to go wide with your hands. Coming up. Stop at the top. Shrug your shoulders upwards. Depress them down. Come as far back as you can. Coming back up. Shoulder shrug. Bring them down. And then forward. Again, up. Shoulder shrug. Depress. Coming grab onto the coral band on your wall. This will be our last exercise. Overhand grip, holding on to the edge of your band. Exact same thing, but we're gonna add extra stretch with it. You're gonna come up, shrug, bring the band to the lower back. Now bring your thumbs to the front of the body. Nice tall posture, do not round. Thumbs touch. You should feel this in your pecs right here. Coming back, ribs are in. Shrug up, down, band onto the hip. Backwards with the arms, opening up the chest. Ribs are still in. And up again. Shrug, down, lower back, thumbs touch, tall posture, into the pets. Up again.